Shalom Shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem.
Hello everybody. This video is to show you who the true Hebrews or Jews are, or Yehud. The people in Israel right now are not Jews. They're Khazars. Your true Jews, or your true Yehud, are the so-called black person.
I know the black people here are the true Hebrew Israelites.
And I'd like to now bring up another interesting place that you're finding descendants of the Israelites, but may not necessarily be from the 10 tribes, but will also play a role. And shouldn't be overlooked. It's a very serious scenario. It's in Africa. Africa has perhaps hundreds of millions of people with this identity, right? Millions of Judeans were sold into slavery. Into Africa, to Rome, deep into Africa. And if you look now, you're seeing people who are most likely the descendants of those slaves.
I just wanted to come to you to impart some knowledge onto you about who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. Bloodline-wise, they are the so-called African Americans.
The wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha in the 5th chapter talks about how Jacob, how the heathen is going to be amazed and confounded when they realize that the so-called black man is that chosen line.
When we talk about race, we're talking about that group of people that white people sometimes call niggers. I wonder how many of you actually know what that word means. You will by the end of the show. Now, if I were to tell you that blacks once had a great culture which exceeded the culture of whites, you'd probably find that pretty incredible. But we're talking about the ignored truths of history. Those of you who've been watching this show may perhaps recall that several weeks ago we talked about the fact that most of the Jews alive in the world today may actually be descendants of Russian converts. Now, Jews like to consider themselves to be descendants of Israel. So the fact that Russia was once a Jewish nation for 500 years, in fact, and that most Jews who are alive today may be more closely descended from Attila the Hun than from King Solomon, these are facts which are just glaring facts, and it's incredible that such things could be ignored. And the question of how such things could be ignored has an answer, and the answer is collusion. All the parties involved have silently agreed, even perhaps without ever talking to each other, they've silently agreed to just not discuss this subject. In the case of the Russian Khazar Jews, it's embarrassing and frightening to Jews to consider the possibility that they may actually be descendants of converts and may have very little Israeli blood in them. In the case of the Russians, it's a horrendous embarrassment to them to admit that for 500 years in the Middle Ages, Russia was a Jewish nation. So they just ignore it. It's collusion. Now, if I were to tell you that blacks, for as many centuries as whites have been superior, if you want, in the Western world, that for just as many centuries blacks were superior, you'd probably find that hard to believe. And you'd wonder how such a fact could be hidden. And the answer is, again, collusion. The whites wouldn't want to admit such a thing, because whites like to feel superior and like to think that their superiority is somehow permanent, decreed by God. As for blacks, if you look into the black civilizations that we're going to take a look at momentarily, you find something pretty interesting. You find that those civilizations actually arose as Jewish civilizations, later to become...
From West Africa, they have been taken as slaves to America. Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here and to tell you these are the Jews, gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy, just to tell you this lie, that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history, you don't know who you are, don't forget about it. This is why, because America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you. I'm telling you this, please, I don't ask you to come to Israel and to start a revolution. I'm just asking you to start thinking this way, to believe me a little bit, because I'm living in Israel and I'm part of this injustice. I really believe that people like me and you, we can bring the justice.
Because as the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back. So please come back to Zion.
First and foremost, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. It's all praises to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach, and Barakatham to all the Israelites out there. The sound has been the trumpet has been sounded, Israel. The line has been drawn. The chess pieces have been set up on the board. Choose this day whom you will serve. You cannot serve God and Mammon. Those who love the world is an enemy to Yahweh. Yahweh will use his elect to be his arm, his battle axe, and we will destroy all who have stood in opposition to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. And if that be you, all praises to the Most High. You just saw other nations who are clinging to Israel, who have decided to bless you instead of curse you. The Most High said he will bless those who will bless you, and he will curse those whom will curse you. Those who will lie to you and deprive you of your true nationality are cursing you, and they will be cursed. Those 2/3 who continue to scoff the men on the highways and hedges, to be a distraction, to be a example of those whom the heathen nations can point to stand behind, so that when they disclaim truth, they won't seem racist. They will be smashed as well. To the tares amongst us who pretend to love Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, that consistently suffer us to deal with your presence, who are collecting intel, who are going back to Esau and giving him information, spying, you will be smashed as well. Like I said before, the line has been drawn. Choose this day whom you will serve. He who has an ear, let him hear. He who has eyes to see. I pray Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shah, the Mashiach, that they will see. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. This is the Lost Tribes Nationalists. Shalom and Shalom. I'll see you on the battlefield, Israel.